Steven's here doing a little tutorial. It's my little squirrel friend right there staring me down. Now I'm going to talk to you about a job that's actually at the next door neighbor's house where they've got a one-way door installed. And so that was by one company, and you can tell by the door it's actually different than this company, right? And then you come around to the side of the house, you'll see by the screws that it's different, and you come around to the side of the house. No roof vent, screened off. And you come over here and you take a look at the chimney cap. The chimney cap's actually rusted out. And you can see all the areas that weren't addressed. Like alongside the chimneys, none of the flashing done. There's no drip edge installed. And basically, these people are on their 4th time having a wildlife company come over. I'm always being honest with people and letting you know that once you have squirrels, raccoons, bats, birds, mice, whatever it is, they're going to consistently come back every single year, if not every single week, trying to break back into your home. And that's why we quote everything on your house so it gets done and warranted and guaranteed. So if you ever have to make a call to a wildlife company again, we come back free of charge because we've done everything on your house to prevent any wildlife from getting inside. It's the best way to go because the raccoons especially and squirrels are habitual. They'll just keep coming back all the time and attacking whatever areas are susceptible on your home. House in Scarborough, Ontario. You can see here, you got rotted out wood underneath the shingles with a nice gap going all the way across. Initial quote, I would have definitely quoted on that. Then you go up here to your next level, and you have vinyl soffit going all the way around the whole entire house with a gap underneath that they can get in. And then you go to the next level and you got the same thing, rotted out wood underneath. You got roof vents unprotected. So these are the areas that we'd be quoting on. And then you've got around the sides here, you've basically got a valley that leads up to an area where the squirrels can tuck their way inside. So it just shows you that there's so much work still left to be done here in order to keep squirrels out effectively. And this is basically what we quote on. We quote on permanent solutions so that you don't have to call us, and if you do, it's a free call and it's a free inspection. It's a free work done to your house because we are professional and we look at it. If we've come to your house and we've quoted you on everything and you have an animal issue back in, it's not your problem, it's our problem. We're the professionals, we're the ones who are telling you what needs to be done. So if there's any further intrusions, it's gonna be because we've missed something or there's something new, but you're protected by us and we come back free of charge. Now I'm at the back of the house. We're taking a look at just a hideous monstrosity of screening. And what the company basically did was the animal was getting in. If you can see back there, you can see the insulation. It was actually breaking into the wall and gaining access. When what should have been done was, if this is my company, we're obviously aware that you've got to sit in your back garden. But what we would have done is we would have screened up along the top, inside here along the deck, and came down along the joists. So the screening would be tucked right back in. It wouldn't be loose. And as you can see here, it's loose enough that a raccoon can actually pull it back and gain access underneath it. So they're still dealing with problems on this one particular area. And then you come up on top, obviously, and these deck boards would have easily came up. Just pulled the deck boards up, and then what you would have done is basically screened on the underneath against the back wall, and then screened along here nice and neatly, so then that way you don't end up with a situation where the raccoons just keep constantly breaking back in and out. You can see up on top of the roof that there's been massive amounts of damage and stuff untouched. Plumbing mat not done, roof vent not done, and again, drip edge not put along the back here to stop the animals from breaking in. Hyphenate that, what the raccoon's done is come back in and just tore a hole through the deck boards. So if you had screened up along the back and screened up along the sides, he could have tucked a hole inside there, but we still would have gave prevention on this. We would have came back and screened up over top of that area. And you see up here the soffit's completely weak. The J-trim hasn't been tucked back in. There's just a lot of attention to detail. Like if we're on this job, we're pushing those soffits back in and we're reinforcing the soffit, especially around the downspout area. So I would advise the customer to get his roof fixed at the back here. You can see the raccoons have actually ripped a hole right through the back. So it's been quite a few areas. And you can see they started addressing the the roof over here, but they need to do that all the way across the whole entire thing to effectively do it. What we'll probably do in this situation is screen the whole entire roof, install the one-way door, allow the animal to leave, and then when the roofers come to fix this, they can move our screening and fix the roof up properly. We'll install their drip edge preemptively just to keep them out for long term, screen off the roof vents, and probably do some screening on some areas like this. But that's how you effectively look at a job. You look at it for longevity, because animals don't leave. And if you look over here, this neighbor's had a bunch of squirrel work done, and now the squirrels have actually ripped apart. I don't think you can see it from the view that I'm at, but they've actually ripped apart the ridge venting. And then over here you've got roof vents that are unprotected. These are just the areas that when we come to your house, why do you want to see us 10 times and pay every single time we come? Come one time, you look at your house objectively from all the areas based upon over 20 years of experience in the business, what needs to be done in order to make sure that you're not calling us every month.